Hello, my name is Eddie Tofpik. I'm Head of Technical Analysis and Senior Markets Analyst at ADM Investor Services International Limited. Here's your daily technical analysis of stock index futures. I'll start with UK FTSE futures. An indecisive spinning top on Friday. Prices were supported by the same 50% Fibonacci projected Fibonacci line, that is at 72.15, though it was only on a closing basis. Interestingly, the rising short moving average, currently 71.77, gave better support to the low of that day. Looking again, I think the most significant feature of last week was that close on Friday over the 50% projected Fibonacci line at 72.15. It was the highest weekly close and may well be the gateway to attempts higher now that October is out of the way. Back now to the old strategic pattern. The bow tie formation made up from the short moving average, currently 71.77, short medium moving average, currently 71.01, and the medium moving average, currently 70.68. The crossover was made on the 28th of September, thus we'd look at a move in the direction of the outgoing moving averages some 15 to 20 sessions afterwards. That is between the 19th and 26th of October. Please note this bow tie, like many of them, is not perfect. Given all this, what have we learnt? Well, the 26th is so far the ultimate high of the market. Thus we can take that away as a takeaway point from this pattern. Question now is, will we see an appropriate follow-on higher in this market? So far today, a gapping higher move since filled with a new all-time high today, though only by a little, but we shall see. The next overhead resistance is the newly drawn upper trend line for the possibly two rising wedge patterns, and that's currently at 73.15. German DAX futures. A second consecutive indecisive spinning top on Friday. Though this one had a tail that punched down through the 50% projected Fibonacci line at 15.629, the medium moving average currently 15.589, and the gently declining short medium moving average currently 15.558. However, it still failed to close below any of them. This countered the other pattern that Friday could be seen as a possible key reversal down. It is one of those, but this time I think I will treat such a pattern with a good deal of skepticism. What was perhaps the most interesting is that despite the indecisive actions, it was the first weekly close back up over the 50% projected Fibonacci line since mid-September, and that means a lot. I just wish that Friday had been more decisive. So far today, a gapping move higher, which has, at this time, still not been filled. It is a big big figure wide, but it is still there. Definitely one to watch though. Overhead, we now have a congestion zone made up from various highs from about the lesser projected Fibonacci line at 15.970 all the way up to the all-time high at 16.024. US E-mini S&P futures. A second bullish white soldier and a fresh all-time high on Friday. That makes two of those during last week. It was a continued follow-on to Thursday's reactionary bullish white Mariposa, piercing and closing right on the old broken lower tine of the June to September rising wedge pattern. Overhead, we still have the next 50% Fibonacci projected Fibonacci line, that's at 46.95, with in between the upper trend line, currently at 46.57, of the same old broken rising wedge pattern. As you can see, this market has done a lot to dispel the shadow of September's monthly key reversal down. This earlier pattern obviously had some big strategic implications, and whilst I did not necessarily expect an immediate move, these actions in October have been a very strong counter to it. However, it's still worth remembering that the action in September still occurred and still exists. So far today, a new all-time high with a gapping higher move since filled in, but still with the highest open and high and possibly highest close ever. We shall see. French CAC 40 futures. A second bullish white soldier on Friday, the rise halting at the lesser projected Fibonacci line at 68.60, but still with the highest high and high close since mid-August. This action is a continued move higher from the recent June to October diamond continuation pattern. This is still an odd looking June to October diamond pattern. We still have an initial topside target X1 though for this diamond pattern in the 1795 area, and a secondary target X2 in the 7275 area. In between here and there we have the August high at 69.13.5, the September 2000 all-time high, the 50% projected Fibonacci line at 69.12, and the 100% projected Fibonacci line at 69.68, and another at 71.36. So far today, a gapping higher open since filled in. That also filled a small gap left over from the August action as well. Prices are now slowing and being very cautious ahead of the August high at 69.13.5. Thank you for listening. This short version broadcast gives essential market patterns and consequences. Please be aware of the risk disclaimer posted with this broadcast. Copyright is Eddie Tofpik and ADM Investor Services International Limited. And here comes the final bit.